start by maybe telling me what's troubling you and what are the things that you'd like to try to resolve today?
There's a gal at work that I've been having a little trouble with on and off.
Can you explain to me the type of trouble?
She's just really negative. She doesn't verbalize things well, and she likes to blare her country station while I'm working. It's difficult to work.
So you're frustrated because you feel like the office situation is not allowing you to concentrate?
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I get distracted easily by other noises. It's hard enough working in a warehouse, but there's not a whole lot of filtration on the warehouse noises, and that's something that you just kind of get used to. But the radio, it's not really something that you can easily block out because the words are just repetitive and pounding, and they play the same, maybe 25 songs every day, several times.
What else is going on that is making it hard for you there? It sounds like it is making it hard for you there.
She's just negative. She likes to be in control. Sometimes it feels like the office is kind of a totalitarian state. I have to report to her about every little thing that I do now.
Can you help me understand? Excuse me. Can you help me understand? Is she your supervisor?
Not really.
Okay.
She's been working there for 17 years now. I think she said, and I've been working there a year and a half now. So really the only thing that she has over me is seniority in years, just being here longer. And she gets paid salary. I only get paid hourly.
So you feel really frustrated because you are working in an environment where someone who's not really your supervisor is controlling your office.
Yes.
Okay. What else can you tell me about it?
There's really nothing else that really bothers me about the job, just besides the small little working environment. I've been discussing with a couple of my friends the paradox that has been the battle between my using the heater under my desk, the little space heater, and her using the radio. Because people in the warehouse have been getting mad over the fact that they don't have heat out in the warehouse, but we have a little space heater in our little confined office. However, recently I have not been able to use the heater because she says that people in the warehouse get mad. And I asked, well, don't they get mad over the fact that we have music and they don't? And she said, yeah, but she continues to listen to it while I still have to not use my heater. It's not my fault that she's going through menopause and she's got all these hot flash crap problems. I don't have that problem.
So you feel she is creating an unfair environment because she is doing what she wants to do and you have no say.
Right. A lot of times I just feel expendable, so I just kind of acquiesce.
Then what happens?
It becomes even more frustrating because obviously I don't want to acquiesce, but I also don't want to lose my job. I'd rather keep my job than get smart.
So you feel threatened because you might lose your job over this?
I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. I don't know if she she has a tendency to say things that aren't true, but I don't know. She's just one of those people that I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw her with anything. I don't tell her anything, and if I do, it's very I keep the conversations very shallow. I don't get into anything major, past experiences, anything like that. It's very work related, very shallow.
So how does that make you feel when you go into work every day?
Well, some days are worse than others. Some days, I wouldn't say she's a delight, but she's nicer when her hormones are compliant.
So you feel uncertain because you don't know what to expect when you go in there.
Yeah, there's uncertainty. I just feel like I just need to keep my mouth shut. I figure if I could just stay quiet and not talk to anyone, then, I've also thought about singing really loudly to the country songs and wondering if maybe I sang loudly and annoyingly enough, she would finally turn off the station. I'm not kidding.
Really? Well,
that's crossed my mind.
So you sound like you're not very happy about what you're doing or where you're working. Have you thought about talking with maybe someone higher up in the chain about this?
They really don't want to hear what you have to say unless you're family.
Oh, okay. Why do you say that?
Well, everyone who is a higher up in the company is related to the former owner of the company. They just recently sold the company. But everyone who holds a place in the kind of higher up arena are directly related to the Zacharias family, which was the owner of the company.
So do you feel left out, maybe passed over because you don't belong to the family unit?
Maybe not so much passed over as just there's really absolutely no what's the word I'm looking for? There's absolutely no way that I can advance in the company. So basically what I'd be doing is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And that's kind of a scary thought. I'm only going to be 24 and already there's this dead-end job that, like a noose.
So you feel maybe at a dead end. You feel like maybe unhopeful because you can't get anywhere in the company.
Yeah. I don't want to only be making, a little over $12 an hour for the rest of my life.
Have you thought about other options, being as young as you are and obviously as gifted as you are? You're very articulate.
I've wanted to go back to school. Definitely not for a lack of wanting, but with a full-time job, the only other option is night classes, and I'm already pretty pooped out after an 8 to 5 in crazy land.
Well, we can certainly talk about other options, but
far as bills go, I really am out of options. This is the best paying job that I've ever had. The most stable, steady job I've ever had. But the only type of classes that I would be able to take would be night classes, and there aren't a whole lot of options as far as sign language goes.
Oh, sign language. Tell me about that. You perked up a little bit there. I saw your eyes brighten.
I don't know. It's something that I've always enjoyed learning. I've always been pretty good with languages. I've been able to pick up on things quickly. I've always been good with sounds, even though sign language doesn't really include sounds. But I'm very animated, and sign language requires a lot of facial expressions, a lot of movement, just being able to express yourself in that sort of way. And I've always had an interest in it ever since I was really little. I find myself during my free time looking up words and trying to learn how to compile just really ordinary sentences. Anything that I could do.
Have you looked into any programs? Have you thought about perhaps how you might be able to pursue this? Apparently it's a passion. It's something that you have certainly dreamed about.
Yeah, I've looked into taking classes. There's, like I said, there aren't a whole lot of options for night classes. They only offer it at Maple Woods. There aren't really a whole lot of options there. I have Bible studies on Tuesdays, but I mean that's flexible as far as that goes. I mean, I can join a different Bible study group. But you know, my work schedule doesn't allow for a whole lot of leeway as far as day classes go. So my only other option would be to head straight to the Maple Woods campus, which is a pretty good distance from where I work.
And what is Maple Woods? Excuse me, so I can understand. What is Maple Woods?
A community college.
Okay. So tuition there would be a lot more affordable, certainly, than a major university.
Right.
Okay. So it sounds like you've checked into the classes. At least you know where they're being offered. What else have you looked for?
That's really the only class that I have any interest in anymore.
Okay. So it sounds like you feel stuck because you can't move toward something that you're really passionate about, something that you're really wanting to do.
Yeah, it gets frustrating. More so just the time crunch of my schedule.
Well, what options might there be for you? We could explore that maybe, since you found the classes. You know they're available. That's really good. You found the location and the time frame that they're offered in. What would you say might be what you're feeling is keeping you from moving forward with that information?
With the fact that they only offer night classes?
Well, whatever the limitations you feel that there are, it sounds like you feel like there are limitations to keeping you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
So maybe we could explore those limitations and talk about those.
Okay.
Okay?
got homework, I'd have homework during the week, but you know,
What else do you think might be keeping you stuck?
I'm not sure.
Well, I saw you perk up there when you were talking about potentially getting a Pell Grant. So it looks like that makes you feel excited that there could be an option for you to move on.
Definitely.
Okay, okay. So would you say that your goal is not to stay stuck in your job?
Yeah.
Okay. And that you could imagine that there would be potential if you were able to qualify for a Pell Grant?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One heck of a migraine.
Why is that?
The schedule.
Okay, okay, the schedule. I see. I wasn't clear. I'm sorry.
Going to and from and 40 hours a week and then however long at school.
Can you think about, weighing the two together? Can you think about sure there would be work, obviously, and there would be a commitment of time, but can you think about maybe positioning yourself or visioning yourself in that situation over the next bit of time and how that might impact your day-to-day work situation and the hopelessness that you're feeling right now?
I think I would feel like I would have more of a way out. It wouldn't be quite as frustrating if I knew that I would be closer to obtaining a goal.